Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessing, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad, teaching His word, truth, and sincerity. And I'm back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. And this lesson is going to be going into Jeremiah, the 50th chapter, right? Because it kind of encompasses what's going on right now and what's going to happen in the future, right after the things that are going right now, because we see that the stage is being set. We have these riots going on all across the world, all across the United States of America, and then you have Iran and Israel going at it back and forth, right? So these things are all being done for the last days, the last war to happen on the earth, which is the war of Armageddon. Harmageddon, a mountain of troops, which is going to be fought in the Middle East. So the stage is being set. And at the same time, the Israelites are coming back to their nationality. The gospel is being preached, and all these different prophecies that were talked about in the book are starting to come to pass. Right? So this is Jeremiah 50:1, and Lord willingly, this lesson is edifying. The word that the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations and publish and set a standard. Publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Marduk is broken in pieces. Her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. Right? And this is more towards the latter day Babylon, because in Jeremiah 17, the 17th chapter, it talks about Babylon being a whore. And why is Babylon a whore? Because of the spiritual adultery that she allows in this place, right? These different religions are allowed in America, Babylon the Great, right? You can worship whatever religion, whatever God you would like in America, Babylon the Great, which is whoredom, according to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And the Lord is coming to throw all these different idols and idol worship down to the ground and destroy this whole place, man, and deliver His people out of the land of Babylon, the daughter of Babylon. Right? So, hey, this is relevant to the place we're living in and what the Lord is about to do. Let's go to Isaiah 19. Isaiah 19:1. Now, this place, America, is called the daughter of Babylon. It has many different names. Spiritual Nineveh. But it's also called spiritual Egypt. When we go into Revelations, the 11th chapter, around 11-8, it talks about how their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of that great city, which spiritually is called Babylon and Egypt. And why is it Egypt? Because Egypt Egypt parallels America and what happened with slavery, right? We were worked with rigor in Egypt, and in America, Babylon the Great, we were on plantations serving Esau, Edom with the rigor, right? Hardcore slavery, bondage. So this is why this is spiritually called Egypt. And I believe it was Sodom and Egypt, right? Sodom. Of course, you see what's going on the earth right now, and we're in that month, actually. So this is Isaiah 19:1. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud. That cloud is that chariot the Lord is going to ride on. In Revelations, the first chapter is like 1-7. It talks about how the Lord is coming with clouds, and every eye shall see Him. And those clouds are those chariots, man. So the Lord is about to come and get busy on the nations, man, and specifically on Babylon the Great to throw this kingdom down, because this is where Esau, Edom operates out of. These elites, right? The upper echelon of the Edomites, they operate out of America, Babylon the Great, which is spiritual Babylon, or Babylon the Great, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Nineveh. All these wicked ass kingdoms rolled into one. The burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come to Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be removed in His presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Right? So, hey, the strength of Egypt is going to melt, because the Lord is bringing war to this place. The Lord is bringing civil war to this place. The Lord is bringing chaos to this place, right? Because the sins have reached heaven, and the Lord is tired of it. So He's setting it up. right? He's setting all the pieces together so that war can start, man. World War III. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and one against his neighbor, and city against city, and kingdom against kingdom, which goes into that in Matthew, the 24th chapter, right? Neighbor against neighbor, which is really civil war. You got kingdom against kingdom, nation against nation, which is going to end up in World War III, right? So I just wanted to get that right there. So let's go back to Jeremiah 50. I believe that Jeremiah 50:1. It says, for out of the north there come a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall depart, both man and beast. And that nation that's coming from the north is Russia, right? Russia is coming from the north with his bands and his hordes. Iran, right, which is Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, and other nations that are going to be joined to the north country, which is Russia. Right, so we see this war happening in Israel, right? The least of the flock shall draw them out. Israel, they just don't want to chill, man. They got blood on their minds. These nations, different nations, while they were Saudi Arabia, China, and a few nations were condemning Israel for what they did. Like, damn, y'all doing this because they know that this is going to lead to World War III. You got to chill out, Israel. But Israel's going to draw them out, man. Israel's going to draw America, Babylon Great to war. Because we back Israel. Right, which is going to lead America into getting destroyed, man. So all this is prophecy. What we're seeing right now is all prophecy. You see these wars going on. Then you see the sedition of the people. Right, man, it's getting real, man. And these words are jumping off the pages, man. So brothers should be excited. But also, you got to be prepared spiritually for what's to come, man. Right, we got to be prepared spiritually. We got to get our house in order, our temples in order. Make sure we're right with Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, because we're going to need mercy and grace in these times to come, man. It says, in those days and in that time, saith the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, and they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Lord their God. That's what's happening right now. This it mirrors Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. How those dead bones are rising in that valley. Right? The dead bones are rising in that valley, which is the elect. Right? So not all Israel is coming to the Lord right now. It's only the elect of the house of Israel that's waking up and starting to understand they need that covenant, that perpetual covenant with Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, because the Spirit is giving it to them, and they understand what their purpose is at this point right now. Right? The Lord woke us up so we can get salvation. That's why it says it's high time to awake out of sleep. Right? We can't be sleeping, man, at this time right now. The scriptures command us to be watchmen. So we got to be wide awoke, watching for these prophecies to play out. Let's go to, we're going to stay right here. Let's go to Joel. Joel, the 2nd chapter. This is Joel 1. This is, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my mountain, in my holy mountains. So this is what the men of the Lord are doing. They're sounding that alarm. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up that voice like a trumpet, and show my people their sins, and the house of Jacob their transgressions. Roughly paraphrasing. So that's sounding that alarm. But it's also looking at the world events and letting our people know, the flock of the sheep know, hey, something big is coming. Something majorly big is coming on the earth. Right? So we got to be aware. We got to be watchmen. We got to let our people know something's coming. That the prophecies that were written aforetime are coming to pass. Right? Move circumspectly. Move wise. Because, hey, things are popping off right now, man. Man, it's crazy when you see all those missiles get into Israel, man. All the missiles getting to Israel, and somebody said in the comment, "Oh, Israel is letting the missiles," because they said it was it's the dome, whatever the dome they have to block the missiles, saying it was a malfunction. So it's a lot of casualties going on in Israel, and I wouldn't, and the people said on the comment board, I wouldn't be surprised if Israel's letting that happen. So when they do what they're gonna do, it's justified. And I wouldn't be surprised either, man, because that's what they play that game. These different, Babylon the Great, they're known for doing games like that. So it wouldn't be surprising if they played that game. Let's I think it's called the Iron Dome. Let's make the Iron Dome malfunction so the missiles can get through, so that we have more of a justification to do what we're gonna do, right? Which is only gonna start World War III, right? But before then, we're still looking for that mark, the MARK, the Krogma, to be issued, right? And you never know, these riots could issue it. We don't know exactly how everything is gonna happen, but we are looking forward to that MOTB to be established. So something's going to happen to allow that to be a thing, because we know the technology is already here. They already can make these RFIDs in mass production. So all I need is a reason, right? Order out of chaos, right? Cause some chaos so that they have a reason to usher in, the Krogma. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand," right? It's near, man. The day of the Lord is near, man. So we got to, look up, for our redemption draweth nigh, right? We looking for the Lord to do some miraculous things in these times, man. Right? You see chariots all throughout the world, man. Man, this is exciting, man. It says, "The day of doom, the day of darkness and the gloomness, the day of clouds and thick darkness, as of the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong there have not been over ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even the years of many generations." So let's go back to where we was at. I just wanted to read that. We got to sound the alarm. Was it Jeremiah 50? Jeremiah 50 says, let's see where we at. It says, "In those days," and "In those days and in that time, said the Lord, the children of Israel shall come, they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping. They shall go and seek the Lord their God." Right. So this is that unity, or those separate sticks becoming one, right? Reuniting Judah and Israel. So it's a contrast between what's happening, in the earth right now, where you got Judah, you got Israel, you got Judah, you got the Northern Kingdom, you got Issachar, and you got Judah going against each other. Oh, these people didn't help us, and we went through this, and we went through that, or But this is the Israelites that are part of the world, right? They're not aware of what's going on. So yeah, they're fighting against each other. They don't know what's going on. But the true Israelites, we're going to be coming together, man. We're going to be coming together, and we're going to be coming together not to throw cocktails and bottles and bricks at people. We're coming together in the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? We're coming together in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to teach this word, to be on the lookout for what's going on. Yeah, we're like-minded when it comes to the scriptures, man, and that's what we're connected in. We're not trying to throw bottles and get ran over. That's futile, because we know these prophecies have to come to pass. So you're just fighting against prophecy, and we know prophecy is going to win every time, right? The Lord's words will not come back void. So if these things are in the scriptures and they're said to happen, why would we go against it? No, we're going to let these things happen and let these things play out. And Lord willing, we're on the right side of these things. It says, "They shall ask the way to Zion, and with their faces thitherward, saying, Come and let us join ourselves to join in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep, and their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountain. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place." And that sounds like a lot of these coon niggas and these coon Hispanics, right? Issacharites. They say, "Oh man, why don't you guys leave If Mexico was so good, why don't you stay in Mexico? Whatever, You got these coon Judites going with Esau Edom. Well, this is our country. We just this ain't shit, man. You're a captive here. You're a captive. You haven't been treated good, but you feel the need to condemn other people for their actions, man. Hey, we don't care what they're doing, man. Whatever they're doing, this is supposed to happen. Hey, we just sitting back, watch the prophecies play out, man. We don't pick a side. You guys are picking sides like it's your country or something, like they treating you right here, like you haven't been a slave, and like your ancestors haven't been slaves. Like they haven't set up a system to oppress you and not allow you to get ahead. So why would I be speaking up for anything that has to do with America, Babylon the Great? Hey, let it play out, man. Hey, let this motherfucker play out like it's gonna play out. We know the end result. The end of this kingdom, man. We know what's gonna happen, man. So that's what we're waiting for. It says, they shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, Come and let us join ourselves to the Lord in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep, their shepherds have caused them to go astray, and they have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill, they have forgotten their resting place. And our resting place is not America, Babylon the Great. It's not Mexico. It's not South America. Right? Our resting place is going to be in Israel, in the land of Israel. Not the state of Israel, but the land the Lord gave us for an inheritance. Right? So that's our resting place. And we're not going to get there until the Lord takes us out of this land and brings us back. So that's what we're waiting for. Lord willingly, we're a part of the elect number that get taken up and eventually get into the land of Israel and dwell safely. Let's go to Lamentations, because this is the mindset of these niggas on the earth right now. Let me see, where's Lamentations at? It's number 2. That's kind of a good precept. I like that one, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm gonna look it up. Not save. Not says KJV. Let's go. It's Lamentations 4, so I was off. This is Lamentation 4 and 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed in our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save. Right? And the hopeful elect is out of that mindset of watching for a nation that cannot save. Right? We're out of that mindset now. We know who the Savior is of Israel. Right? So our people are still looking for these different nations to comfort them, to give them rest, right, to save them. But we're not. We're not in that mindset anymore. We've been woken up to the truth that these nations are not going to want to have anything to do with restoring us. Right? They don't want to have nothing to do with that. They want to exploit us and get money off of us. That's it, man. As long as we are in a docile state of mind, they can make a lot of money from us. That's all they want to do. They don't want to, give us back to where we belong. They don't want to do any of those things. So we can't be looking for these nations to save us. And that's the mindset that you don't want to have nowadays in this world, man. Because it says those who are joined to them are going to be thrust through, man. We don't have no connection with these devils, man. Esau, Edom, right? And these 2/3 either, right? They're riding. The scripture says, go not with a multitude to do evil, man. We ain't finna be riding and throwing rocks and stuff at looting people's stores and shit. What the hell? That's not giving us nothing. The Lord's promised us way more than some shit in Babylon, man. Right? So let's go back to Jeremiah 50. I'm not gonna be too long before you. I just want to go over some of this stuff. My people have gone, says, right? It says, my people have been a lost sheep. Their sheep have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgot their resting place. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the inhabitants of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. And it's beautiful, because I was actually looking for this scripture right here, and it's in Jeremiah 50:7. But this is beautiful right here, because it shows you that these nations, hey, they know who we are, man, and they know that if we sin against our power, then they can, they can keep us to a certain level, right? They can prevail against us, which, hey, that prevailing is starting to stop, man. It's starting to cease with the elect, man. The elect is woken up. Their minds are renewed, right? I'll say the hopeful elect, because the elect is not known yet, but brothers is waking up, man. Brothers and sisters are waking up. They're figuring out what's going on. They know who the son of perdition is. They know this is Babylon. They know the judgments of Babylon, right? They know the prophecies that's supposed to happen before the Lord comes back. So all these things are being remembered, right, through via the Holy Spirit. It says, remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of Chaldeans and be as the goats before the flocks. Below I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of nations, great nations for the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. The arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. A mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. Right, now I was talking about those missiles that's going to be shot at Babylon the Great. That's going to turn this place into the lake of fire and brimstone. These missiles, they're being guided by the Lord Yahweh Bashim al-Shai to hit Babylon the Great in perfect accuracy, man, to destroy this kingdom for the bloodshed against the children of Israel. The rape, rob, and murder, the idolatry, right? Everything that's against Yahweh Bashim al-Shai. This place is going down, man. All right, and we're just watching. Right, so with that, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, HaKadosh. Until next time, Lord willingly, Shalom.